For centuries, Native Americans mastered the art of heating water without modern conveniences like propane or electricity. But their methods weren't just primitive survival tactics. They were ingenious, sustainable solutions that can teach us how to live more frugally today. What if we could harness their wisdom to cut costs and reduce our reliance on modern utilities? In this video, we'll explore how Native Americans heated water and reveal practical ways to adapt these techniques into your daily life for efficiency, sustainability, and independence. Native Americans lived in harmony with the land, using their deep understanding of nature to solve everyday challenges. Their methods of heating water reflected this resourcefulness, turning basic elements like fire, stone, and sunlight into powerful tools. Beyond practicality, these techniques were rooted in cultural values, respect for the environment, community effort, and sustainable living. For them, every action was interconnected with nature's rhythms. Today, these ancient practices not only showcase their ingenuity, but also offer valuable lessons for modern living. By revisiting their methods, we can embrace frugality, self-reliance, and a closer connection to the natural world. The hot stones technique. Imagine standing by a crackling fire as smooth river stones are heated until they glow a fiery red. The air around the fire shimmers with heat, and a sense of anticipation builds. This was the brilliance of the hot stones technique, an ancient method used by Native Americans to heat water without relying on modern tools or fuels. If you're enjoying this journey into ancient ingenuity, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. By doing so, you'll never miss out on more tips, tricks, and stories that inspire sustainable and resourceful living. The process was simple yet ingenious. Stones were carefully selected from riverbeds, chosen for their density and ability to retain heat without cracking. These stones were placed directly into a blazing fire until they absorbed enough heat to radiate warmth for hours. Once ready, the stones were carefully lifted, using wooden tongs or other tools, and dropped into water-filled vessels. The result? A rapid and efficient way to heat water for cooking, bathing, or cleansing, with no need for external fuel sources. This method wasn't just practical, it was adaptable to various environments and needs. Whether it was a small kettle for tea or a larger basin for ceremonial bathing, the technique could scale up or down. Hot stones were even used in sweat lodges, where their heat transformed enclosed spaces into steamy sanctuaries for spiritual and physical cleansing. Beyond utility, this technique symbolized a deep understanding of natural resources. The stones, fire, and water were all elements of the earth, carefully balanced to create harmony. It was a sustainable, renewable process that relied entirely on what the land provided, leaving no waste behind. Now picture yourself camping in the wilderness, away from propane tanks or electric kettles. The ancient hot stones method can still be your best friend today, offering a practical, eco-friendly way to heat water. Here's how to adapt it to modern life. Start by choosing your stones carefully. Look for dense, smooth stones that have been naturally shaped by rivers. These are less likely to crack under intense heat. Avoid stones with visible cracks or air pockets, as they may explode when heated. Build a fire in a safe, controlled environment, such as a fire pit or a metal barrel, and place your stones in the center of the flames. Allow them to heat for at least 30 minutes to an hour, depending on their size and the intensity of the fire. Once the stones are ready, use heat-resistant gloves or metal tongs to handle them safely. Carefully transfer the stones into a sturdy, fireproof container filled with water. You'll hear a satisfying hiss as the stones release their stored heat into the water, quickly bringing it to a usable temperature. This method can be a lifesaver during emergencies or power outages. It's also a fantastic option for off-grid living, camping, or even as a backyard experiment in sustainable living. With no need for electricity or gas, the hot stones method is as eco-friendly as it gets. Safety is essential when adapting this technique. Ensure you're in a well-ventilated area, keep a bucket of water or fire extinguisher nearby, and never use stones that have been exposed to chemicals or pollutants. The goal is to replicate this ancient method while prioritizing modern safety standards. Incorporating the hot stones technique into your life doesn't just offer a practical solution. It's also a way to connect with the resourcefulness of Native American culture. It challenges you to think outside the box, utilizing nature's resources in innovative and sustainable ways. Whether you're boiling water for tea on a camping trip or demonstrating this method to your kids as a fun, educational activity, the hot stones technique proves that sometimes the oldest solutions are still the best. Fire boiling pits. Imagine a quiet clearing in the woods where a shallow pit has been dug into the earth. The pit is carefully lined with clay, creating a fire-resistant surface that can hold water. A fire crackles beneath the clay lining, sending flames and smoke into the cool air. This is the ancient ingenuity of the fire boiling pit, a technique Native Americans used to heat water efficiently and sustainably. The process began with the creation of the pit itself. Clay or animal hides were used to line the walls, ensuring the structure could contain water without leaking or collapsing. A fire was then built at the base of the pit, or just beneath it if the lining allowed for indirect heating. Once the fire reached a steady intensity, water was added to the pit in vessels made from natural materials like hollowed-out logs, tightly woven baskets, or clay pots. This method was incredibly versatile. It allowed entire families or groups to heat large quantities of water simultaneously, which was essential for communal activities like cooking, cleaning, or preparing hides for tanning. Fire boiling pits were also used in rituals and ceremonies, where heated water might play a role in cleansing or medicinal preparations. What made this method remarkable was its simplicity and reliance on natural resources. By using clay, firewood, and basic tools, Native Americans created an efficient water heating system that required no external energy sources. The pits could be reused, repaired, or relocated as needed, demonstrating a deep understanding of both the land and practical sustainability. Now let's bring the concept of fire boiling pits into the 21st century. While most of us don't need to heat water in the wilderness daily, this method offers valuable insights into off-grid living and resourceful problem-solving. To build your own fire boiling pit, start by selecting a safe location, preferably outdoors and away from flammable materials. Dig a shallow pit about 2 to 3 feet wide and 1 to 2 feet deep, depending on your needs. Line the pit with fireproof materials like clay or fire bricks, which are readily available at most hardware stores. This lining will protect the earth from the fire's heat and prevent water from seeping into the ground. Next, construct a fire in the base of the pit. Use dry, seasoned wood to ensure a steady burn and let the fire build to a strong, consistent heat. Once the flames have stabilized, place a sturdy container filled with water on a grate over the fire or directly in the pit if your lining allows for direct contact. Stainless steel or cast iron pots work well for this purpose. As the fire heats the water, keep an eye on the flames and adjust as needed by adding more wood or spreading out the coals. In about 15-30 minutes, depending on the size of your container and the intensity of the fire, you'll have hot water ready for cooking, cleaning, or even bathing. This modern adaptation is perfect for camping trips, backyard projects, or emergencies when conventional water heating methods fail. It's also a fantastic way to reconnect with the land and teach valuable survival skills to friends or family. While adapting this technique, remember to follow safety precautions. Keep a bucket of water or a fire extinguisher nearby and never leave the fire unattended. Ensure your pit is well ventilated and far from any structures or overhanging branches. The fire boiling pit is more than just a practical method. It's a glimpse into the resourceful minds of Native Americans. By incorporating this ancient technique into your life, you're not only embracing sustainability, but also paying homage to a way of life that thrived on simplicity and ingenuity. Whether you're heating water for a campsite dinner or experimenting with off-grid solutions, the fire boiling pit remains a timeless example of human creativity in harmony with nature. Harnessing solar energy. Imagine a vast open landscape where sunlight pours down uninterrupted, warming the earth below. Native Americans, with their deep understanding of nature, saw this endless energy source as an ally in their daily lives. Harnessing solar energy may seem like a modern innovation, but for centuries, Native Americans used the sun to heat water in ways that were both practical and sustainable. The process was as simple as it was effective. Vessels made from natural materials such as animal hides, clay, or hollowed-out wood were filled with water and placed in direct sunlight. The dark colors of these vessels absorbed the sun's rays, gradually warming the water over time. This technique was particularly useful in areas with abundant sunshine, where the sun's energy could be maximized for everyday tasks like bathing, cooking, or cleaning. In some cases, stones or other heat-absorbing materials were placed alongside the water containers, helping retain the warmth even after the sun had set. This low-tech yet ingenious method required no external fuel or resources, relying solely on the power of the sun. It showcased a resourceful approach to sustainability, where natural elements work together in harmony. This technique wasn't just about convenience. It reflected a cultural value of living in tune with the environment. By using the sun to meet their needs, Native Americans demonstrated an early form of renewable energy use, an approach that is remarkably relevant in today's world. Today, the concept of harnessing solar energy has evolved into sophisticated technology, but the principles remain rooted in the same ingenuity. For those looking to embrace this ancient wisdom, creating a DIY solar water heater is a practical, eco-friendly project that can save energy and reduce costs. Start with a simple setup: a black-painted container, such as a repurposed metal drum or plastic tank, works as the water storage unit. The black surface absorbs sunlight more effectively, heating the water inside. Place the container in a sunny location, ideally on a rooftop or open yard, ensuring it receives maximum exposure throughout the day. To improve efficiency, surround the container with reflective materials like aluminum foil or a mirrored surface to concentrate the sunlight. For a more advanced version, you can build a solar collector using a network of black tubing. The water flows through these tubes, heating as it travels, and then collecting in an insulated storage tank for use. This design mimics modern solar water heaters, but can be made with affordable materials. One of the best aspects of this adaptation is its versatility. Whether you're heating water for an outdoor shower, garden irrigation, or even basic cleaning, this system can meet your needs while reducing reliance on fossil fuels. It's especially useful in sunny climates where the energy source is virtually unlimited. By adapting this technique, you're not just saving money, you're tapping into an ancient practice that connects you to a legacy of resourcefulness. It's a reminder that even the simplest solutions, powered by nature, can have a profound impact on our lives. Steam rises from a boiling pot, sunlight filters through leaves, and the crackle of a fire echoes in the distance. For Native Americans, heating water wasn't just a means to an end. It was a reflection of their values, their ingenuity, and their unwavering respect for nature. These ancient methods, reliable, renewable, and remarkably efficient, hold lessons that resonate in today's modern, convenience-driven world. Think about it. No utility bills, no reliance on fragile infrastructure, no waiting for power companies to restore electricity after a storm. By using natural resources like stones, fire, and sunlight, Native Americans achieved something extraordinary. They created self-sustaining systems that worked in perfect harmony with the environment. In a world where many of us rely on expensive and polluting energy sources, these methods feel like a revelation. The benefits go beyond cost savings. These techniques are environmentally sound, harnessing renewable resources without depleting the Earth's bounty. A wood-fired stove, a clay-lined pit, or a sun-warmed vessel doesn't just heat water, it respects the ecosystem. Every flame, every ray of sunlight, and every carefully chosen stone tells a story of balance and stewardship. But these practices weren't just practical, they were deeply cultural. Heating water was more than a chore. It was a shared effort, a moment of connection with the earth and with one another. It embodied the values of respect, mindfulness, and gratitude. Today, rediscovering these techniques offers more than just solutions for frugal living. It's a way to reconnect with timeless wisdom, to embrace resilience, and to honor a legacy that reminds us. Sometimes the simplest methods are the most powerful. These techniques don't just heat water, they ignite inspiration. Let's imagine a day where you try all three of these incredible techniques. You wake up at a campsite or in your backyard, surrounded by nature, and decide to put these ancient methods into action. First, you start a fire and gather smooth stones from a nearby river or your garden. Using the Mosh Hot Stones method, you heat the stones in the fire until they're glowing red. Carefully, you drop them into a sturdy container of water, watching as the water begins to bubble and steam. This water is perfect for making tea, washing up, or even a quick soak for sore feet after a long hike. Next, you build a fire-boiling pit. You dig a shallow hole and line it with clay or fireproof materials. Once the fire is steady and hot, you place a large pot of water on a grate or directly over the flames. Slowly but surely, the water heats up, giving you enough for larger tasks like cleaning dishes or preparing for a warm bath. It's simple, efficient, and effective. Meanwhile, a DIY solar heater sits in a sunny spot nearby. A black painted container filled with water absorbs the sun's heat throughout the day. By afternoon, the water is warm enough for an outdoor shower or for watering plants. It's an easy way to harness nature's power with minimal effort. By the end of the day, you've not only heated water, but also reconnected with the land in a way that feels satisfying and grounding. These methods are practical, simple, and a great way to try living more sustainably, even if just for a day. They're proof that ancient wisdom can still teach us something valuable today. Native American water heating methods remind us of the power of simplicity and resourcefulness. By adopting these techniques, we honor their legacy while embracing sustainability in our own lives. Ready to try these methods? Share your experience in the comments, like this video, and subscribe for more inspiring ways to live sustainably.